Another edition of Outside the Shop with me, your host, Daryl D. Lane, as always, where I get to talk about everything that I normally don't get the chance to talk about on my regular sports podcast, Barbershop Sports Talk, which you guys can all find on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iRadio, SoundCloud, and over the whole 9 yards there. Special shout out to everybody who's tuning in via Facebook Live, YouTube live stream, and Twitter/Periscope. So this, my take of the day. Why Josh Allen be considered the best QB in the NFL? Why? At first, you might say, oh, Daryl, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. But here, let me ask you this. I'm going to start with this. First of all, my friend Ben Karen, host of Sports Caller Podcast, this all the time. I reject wins as a QB stat. Don't if the first thing you mention to who's better than who is who wins. It's a team game. We're not talking about boxing. We're not talking about MMA. We're not talking about tennis. We're not talking about it's an individual thing. Individual success literally leads to whether you win or lose. Football, basketball, hockey, baseball, all these different sports, soccer, they're all on a group of people, men or women, coming together to make a cohesive unit, and then you have winning series. So don't give me the QB wins that he wins. No, that's not he's better. That means his team was better. So they so, oh, he has more Super Bowl, more conference championships. I really don't care about any of that stuff. People always talk about QB played that QB. No, that QB played the other team's defense and the other QB other team's defense. That's what actually happened. So we say Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, right? Because of the talent, the off-schedule ability, the arm strength, the ability to improvise. Allen can do all those things, and he can do more in some regard. He's bigger than Mahomes. He's strong running threat than Mahomes. Doesn't have the sidearm that Mahomes does. I think he has a bigger arm. He does have a bigger arm. He has a purely stronger arm, better at standing in the pocket than Mahomes. He's better at shrugging guys off in the pocket when he goes off schedule. If you don't think Allen is a special, you're not watching the games. Drives when the Buffalo Bills played the Kansas City Chiefs. Those few drives Josh Allen did, they were the most impressive drives I've seen by any quarterback this year. Probably by any quarterback, maybe by last year. I'd really have to dive into it. Extremely impressive. Talking about he's behind the sticks the entire drive. 4th and long. Receivers aren't necessarily getting open all the time. Having to make throws into tight windows. Penetration to the backfield. Throw on the run. Then running it with your legs. Consistently having to make play after play, even on that 1-2 point conversion where he's holding the ball, he's waiting for the defensive back to come up, and he just times it well enough and then makes a crazy sidearm throw, bullet into the end zone. Like, these are plays that most guys in the NFL can't make, and I'll just put this in perspective. Patrick Mahomes might be able to make some. Can't do it at this point in his career. I don't think Aaron Rodgers, maybe Joe Burrow can't. Matthew Stafford can't. Like, there's a list of guys that can do the stuff Josh Allen can do. When Josh Allen is at his best, his apex, his A-plus game, he is as good as anybody, including Patrick Mahomes. It's probably him and Patrick Mahomes, and there's a gap. His best is way better than Tom Brady's best. His best is way better than Aaron Rodgers' best. Now, there are variances. The come down might be a little bit different. The floor, the medium right here might be a little bit different. But the apex, the A-plus game, him and Patrick Mahomes, it's as good as anybody. You can't debate that one bit. You just can't. You just can't. And that last drive really put it in perspective. The running for the first. A lot of people think of Josh as a guy that's calm, cool under pressure, but he was. And those are some tough freaking situations. And just here's some attributes. The ability to extend the play, the arms, reading of the defense, taking care of the football. Josh Allen does all these pretty much at a very high level, just like Mahomes does. And again, like Mahomes, what they do that's special is they make the off-schedule plays, the big plays. They do it better than anybody in the NFL. And again, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say Josh Allen is the best quarterback. I'm just saying, why can't he be the best quarterback? I'll still take Patrick Mahomes. Right now, I'd say Josh Allen's a clear number 2 for me. But I'll still take Patrick Mahomes. But I'm telling you, if somebody goes to a bar, a sports bar, and they say, oh, no, then that person is a hater. And that's why. Take it. Have a great day, everybody.